Welcome to the very first step of the Think It method, which is dream it. This one is my absolute favorite. As a lifelong dreamer, I could live in this step, but I get that not everybody is, and there's a whole section coming up that will help you decide if you're a dreamer or a thinker and what all of that means. But in this module, you're going to learn a couple really important things. This is the foundation of all of the work that we will do here in this course. And one of the first and most important things is you're going to learn how to effectively visualize and really create a movie in your head of the life that you want and the future that you want. And this is such an important skill, and it's actually a repeatable skill. So you can use it the way that we're going to use it in all of our homework in this course, where we're looking at our entire future life, and we are using it to visualize that future life, to scope that out and create what we want. But here's a really cool thing. You can also use it for any specific idea or goal that you have at any point in your life. You can still use these same exact tools and just plug them in for this whatever specific goal that you're working on. So it has a lot of uses that you can also translate into work, to every area and aspect of your life. Because here's the baseline, or here's the bottom line. You cannot create what you don't know. You cannot build what you have no idea what the components are or what it looks like or why you even want it. And so the job of Dream It is to help you answer that question. What do I want? What really matters to me? What do I want in all 5 core areas of my life? You're going to learn about what each one of those core areas are when you do the homework assignment in one of the homework assignments in this section, which is my life plan. And so once I can really get clear on, hey, what does my future look like? What does that dream ideal future look like? Then everything starts to come together, especially once we go into step 2 and we start learning how to align our mindset. But this section is all about, how do I get that clarity in the first place? How do I really genuinely find out, what do I want my future to be? What type of life and lifestyle am I creating? What matters to me? Who should be in this life, this new life that I'm building? What do those relationships look like? What does my career look like? When it comes to myself as a person, what's important to me, my mind and my body, how do I grow? How do I take care of myself? So this is really teaching us how to get those answers, how to see it in its best case scenario when we have created what we want. And then it also has another really important component, which is the way that this homework is designed to create in you emotion. Emotion is one of the most important aspects to manifesting or getting anything that you want. In other words, I have to genuinely want it. So if you take a moment and you look back over your life and you look at anything that you have accomplished that was a large thing, or any major moment in your life, let's say getting married, buying your first home, graduating from college, whatever some of those big milestones were, you employed this skill. You were able to visualize what that outcome would look like. You were able to walk through it in your mind and scope it all out, every single detail. And that enabled you to get really excited about it, be hopeful that it was going to happen, then start putting in the rest of the pieces. Start telling yourself it was possible, which led to you believing that it was possible, which then led to you doing the work to make it happen. So everything that you're going to learn in this course is honestly stuff that you have done at different points in your life, just in different pieces. And learning the whole system together, plugging it in, understanding that it is copy and paste onto anything you want, and knowing what that methodology is and how to use it is just a freaking game changer, because elements of it have already been working in your life. They've already gotten you the results that you want. So logic will tell you that once you have all the puzzle pieces together at once, you will be unstoppable, which is so exciting. So in Dream It, we are also going to be looking at what is holding me back from dreaming really big? It's important to have that skill set to learn how to scope a vision that is huge. It's beyond anything that I've ever been able to do before. Like, what is the biggest and best case scenario of what I want? What is that huge vision? When I start doing that, I will almost always run up against some resistance. And that resistance will show me where my limiting beliefs are. And those limiting beliefs are the thing that have prevented you from already having whatever it is that you want. If we didn't have those, we would all be walking around with everything that we want. But the limiting belief will come up in your brain and it will sound rational and it will tell you that you're not quite ready for the thing that you want, that no one like you gets that thing. It has a million different ways to trick us into staying small and staying exactly where we are. But this process will help you break free from that. It will start tearing down those walls so that you can see what that limiting belief is, remove it, and then dream big anyway. Get excited about that ultimate goal, that ultimate life happening and manifesting no matter what. And so that skill set is also really important. It's transferable. You can use this at work. Let's say you have a project and you are having a hard time kind of seeing the best case end result. You're really focused on everything that could go wrong. This process will help you learn how, from a skill set standpoint, how do I scope out the best case scenario? How do I create vision for this end result that is all the components that I want? How can I walk through it in my mind before it actually happens? That is such a valuable skill set. If you think about all the really successful people in history, people that you probably look up to and admire, let's say Steve Jobs, Oprah, someone of that caliber, let's say, they have the ability to scope out and see an end vision. They see it all come together, right? And they can see a vision for something that maybe no one else around them can at all. They can, if we look at the creators of Microsoft or Amazon or any of these, major things that all of us use on a daily basis, those founders at one point were considered crazy because they had this insane vision that they saw what we're now all living and take for granted. You have to be able to have that ability to see what doesn't currently exist and map it out and create a movie in your head and scope it so that you can then reverse engineer it to have it actually exist and have it be part of your everyday normal life. That's what we want to get to. Whether this comes really naturally to you because you're a dreamer or this is something that you absolutely don't do, this process is going to teach you how to do that because it is a skill set that you need. Yes, you need the ability to have a plan, execute on the plan, and follow through, which we'll also learn in step number 4 of the Think It method. But first, we got to have that vision. What do I want? What does it look like in best case scenario? Why do I want it? And how is it going to feel when I have it? Can I start imagining my life with it right now? Can I spend a little bit of time meditating, in other words, daydreaming about what it would be like to live that moment or live that life? I always tell my clients a great time to do that is when you're driving, commuting. If you're in the car, you're driving, or if you're doing daily tasks around the house, that's a great time for you to practice your daydreaming. The first assignment here in Dream It is going to teach you how to do that. And I'm so excited for you to really kind of master and hone this skill because I'm telling you, it is the one that is missing from almost everyone that I coach. When they come to me and they say, hey, I just don't know what I want for my future. I've been successful in the past and now what? I've lost that clarity. This step is where you get that clarity. And if you don't already have the book Hustle, Believe, Receive, this whole step is mapped out in the Dream It section. That's step number 1. So reading that chapter is going to help reinforce a lot of this and give you even more knowledge and information. And I will also put the PDFs in here, the resources for you as well. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the different components of Dream It so you can start visualizing the life that you want that is going to lead to it becoming your reality.